I mean, taking a cue of what Chairman said, I just wanted to tell you two things first. That Mr. Shankar Agarwal, in whose place I am sitting here, Guard Secretary DIT, and Mr. Arish Sharma was both. I believe there is something has come up in BMO's meeting, so the people have to be there. Even my secretary was supposed to come in the morning, will come on in the evening, very seldom. So that's the first thing I wanted to convey to you. All of you have seen the newspaper that UID, Unique ID Authority. So first impression, I would like to tell you that you should get convinced that government is very, very committed and very much sure that something has to be done in this unification of data, at least for the personal data. UID is a unique ID, which is unique. If you just go back a little bit, when the National E-Governance Plan was being framed some 3.5 years back, we wanted to have a program of MNIC, multiple card, so many cards are there. Yesterday we were discussing with Honorable MP of UK, and my surprise and a little bit of hidden pleasure, he has also shown me 5 or 6 ID cards which is prevalent in UK. I had the idea that there will be only one social security card and that gives everything. We don't know. The situation is not like that. There is an ID, but there are so many other IDs. Like we have driving license, we have PAN card, we have so many. Even if you see the passport list of the IDs which can be put up as a proof of identity and your residence, so they give a list of the things. Point I am trying to drive home is that the uniqueness has been defined now. We had a pleasure of listening to Mr. Nandan Nilekani in my office, and he was trying to, as usual, he was trying to give a lot of out-of-box ideas. And he said that unique, he wants to define that what is unique to a person till birth to death. Those 5 or 6 fields have been taken into account at the first stage, like your date of birth, like your mother's name, and the place of birth, things like that. And your nationality is also changeable. But your birth, nationality at the time of birth, certain things are very unique. So when we had that MNIC concept long time back, I vaguely remember I was not there at the framing of those. 74 fields have been identified. And by the sheer number of 74, you can imagine, they tried to unify all the data, like my PAN number, my driving license number, which is not supposed to change entire my driving area, and then other items. So you can go on adding it. I believe it was around 60 plus or 70 plus numbers. But ideally that we did not get through because the MNIC project was, there's some pilots were there, but it was not taken for a rollout. But unique ID is getting rolled out, and there's a clear time frame. So what I'm trying to say here that government is very committed to have a unique ID number. And then it was started with the BPL, because if you see the below poverty level, and you see if you see the government schemes which are coming, and there will be more schemes forthcoming, it can be expected like that. So where it is happening that a lot of our CFI, Consolidated Fund of India, will go towards this scheme implementation. You have heard about the flagship schemes like Awas Yojana, Gram Sadag Yojana, all other things. So these are quite desirably focused towards the people who are below poverty line or people who are underprivileged, unreached people in the distant remote places of the country. So if that is so, that unique ID is going to serve a great purpose of seeing that money is being spent on the correct person at the correct rate and the correct time, so on and so forth. And then because we are still ridden with this natural drought or flood. Right at this moment, it is told by newspaper, government has not come up with as yet, but almost 1/3 of the country's things, district numbers, if you take, they are under drought, severe drought. There are certain places are not unlucky about the drought, but unlucky about the rains and floods. So they have got the floods also there. All those people need to have their relief and other things. This BPL, because these are all affected by the remote villages, these are also unique ID is going to help. It's a great deal. So idea is that I would like to listen from our industry partners about how they are viewing it, because government is very committed. Government is already making it sort of in planning, and I believe it is 18 months. 18 months you will have that unique number. You see, you will have a number, you will not have a card. So it is called UID, you will have a number. Number is quite okay, because yesterday itself in the dinner we were discussing with Honorable Clerk that if you say that our 1,200 million people was to be given a card, or maybe the 700 million be given a card, then the printing of the card and delivering it to the right person itself will overshadow the whole program. Because we are always ready to do it big number. Whatever we do is a big number is a point. 700 million cards to be printed and to be delivered itself is a project. So it is good that they have taken a decision, and you have also seen in the paper, Mr. Nivekani has told that we are going to get a number. I can give you my personal experience when I entered in government in 1975 December, and then within a few months I was posted in Madras because I was in ITS, Indian Telecom Service. So I had 6 states first to cover before I entered in Department of Electronics. I was given an IT income tax number right away in 1978, but I didn't have a card. So that number was being used for next 20 years for me. And there was no difficulty. The point I am trying to drive home, that people should not think that the card is not there, so purpose is not served. That's not true. So I used the number given to me, which was a plain piece of paper, which I nicely kept it there and used it for next 20 income tax return. Till I came to Delhi, and then it was, by that time it was outsourced. Then I had a franchisee fellow, I put 65 rupees or something and got my PAN card. So the point to be taken here, that unique ID number should be enough for the stated objective and the purpose. So I think, Chairman, I'll stop here and go to the next one to take that into.